Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. We're going to be trading the AI Auto Trader today. Yes. And we've got a really exciting system. And before I start, I just want to go over the CFTC rules here. That this presentation, this broadcast, is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not, not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Never risk any money that you're not willing to lose. There is a chance that you could lose your entire trading account. So with that being said, let's trade. We got into a beautiful, beautiful trade now, 2 days in a row on crude oil. I personally changed my stop strategy on crude to have a 20-tick trailer. I have a 20-tick trailing stop, and it's done really nicely on this on this trade. And now I'm within my profit window. Of 10. So it should be an equal risk to reward at this point. Equal distance from my stop to my profit target. Crude oil yesterday, I believe, had a great day as well. Let me go and look back at the results from yesterday. Yeah, crude oil, the black gold strategy on my computer was up over $900. So really nice move to the downside. So we're also in another trade on the retirement plan, which had a big day yesterday. I know I started a little bit early today. Just wanted to get ready for the opening bell. If we look at the Forex Factory, the calendar today, today is the last day of April. Last day of April, April 30th. If you're with us today, that's a blessing. Count it all joy. God is good. So we got a pretty big news report coming out this morning at 8:30 was the employment cost index quarter over quarter. But coming up at 10 is a big one, the consumer confidence. Consumer confidence. And I'm going to send Lee a quick text. Lee is an expert at trading the news. And I'm going to find out which would be the biggest movers on the consumer confidence report.
Order submitted.
And I see the cash register, the 5-minute is in. Okay, let's see what Lee has to say. If you're alive and well and you're with me this morning, just type a hello or hello, good morning, or let me know you're out there and I'm broadcasting here. Everyone's very quiet this morning. Let's look and see what the 2-minute did here overnight. Big move down for that report earlier is what happened. So that big candle to the downside, I think it's safe to say that was the employment cost index report. And let's see what that said. Employment cost index increased 1.2%. They expected 1%. It was 1.2%. So that dropped it down. Huge candle to the downside. Good morning, Michael. Hey, good morning, Nightbot. Rolf, yes. My Jamaican friend Rolf is here. Okay. So it looks like it's making a little bit of a retracement since the news report at 8:30. Crude oil took a full winner here. Let's take a bigger picture of crude. Some nice volatility. And as it continue down, it's really in an oversold environment here. The other day when you showing the replay, you couldn't show the accounts. I believe that the white icon just next to will show all the accounts. Thank you, Michael. Hey, good morning, Toby. I believe you're right. Okay. The bell's going to ring here in just a couple of minutes. Big gap down on that 8:30 report. $10 there's another big one coming out. Consumer confidence. Hey, good morning, Rao. How's gold looking this morning? Big move down on gold, huh? Here's the gold chart. Big move down. Holy moly. $3,000. Very good. Okay, there we go. We're off. I think we're going to pop up some and fill in that gap. Let's see if our 30 range jumped in. Nope. Just took a bunch of positions just now. Oh, okay, they got closed. RTY short looks good. Let's take a look at the Russell. closed.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
This looks like a nice trade on the retirement plan. Nope.
Order submitted.
Jump right back in.
Order submitted.
This is your first time joining us today. What we're trading is a fully automated system. It's our AI Auto Trader. And it's currently trading all the index equities, futures, the NASDAQ, Dow, E-mini, and the Russell. Enable the system, and it executes and manages the trades for us.
Order submitted.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Jeff. And now the market is kind of filling in that gap, bouncing back up. Crude oil is just continuing to drop down. I think what I'll do is, let me see if I have a crude oil. I don't. So I'm going to make a new strategy for crude. And try to get into this move to the downside.
Order submitted.
And I think what I'll do is I'm going to put a trailing stop on it. Of 15 ticks.
Order submitted.
It wants to keep going lower. I might switch it over to a signal B actually. So since it's trending straight down, I'm going to select the signal B. Well, you know what? If I do the signal A, what I can do is we have a new filter for our signal A's. The signal A, if I select the 50 signal and put it on red or green, then it won't take a trade if the 50 is pointed. It won't take a long trade if my 50 is pointed down in red. So it will prevent that counter trend trade. But now if it retraces back to the 50, it won't take it long, but then it rolls and bounces off the 15 or the 50 and continues down, and that RSI line crosses, then it will take it. So I'm going to go with that strategy, and I'm going to trail it by 15 ticks. Now my signal A just got in without the 50 signal. And it'll be interesting to see how it does. That's this trade right here. Now this did not have the 50 signal enabled. Let me see if I could show my 50 line. It's the modified slow, and I want to make it visible. If I had the 50 signal enabled in my parameters, it would have never taken a long trade because this line, this moving average here, this red line is red. So it's not going to take a long trade. Now if I get a roll back to the downside, it's going to jump in on my Apex account and take the short roll. Now I could have created a scalping strategy to take that reversal and make a quick couple $100. But on my Apex account, my strategy that I'm looking for is a short roll now. And my RSI line to break back through that 80% line and continue to the downside. Hey, good morning, Doctor. Dr. Ken. All right. So everything on my leaderboard right now is the crude oil strategies, all on the signal A. This sim account, I changed it's the same strategy as the signal A, but I changed it to have a 20-tick trailer.
Order submitted.
And it's back in now. Now it's continuing to go to the upside. This is what you see. The chart you see now has a 20-tick trailing stop on it on crude oil. And it was just loose enough to keep us in the trade on this little bit of a pullback. Took some heat on it, but it didn't stop us out. The haymaker's in a beauty. Let's take a look at the haymaker. And the haymaker is really one of our most exciting strategies. This is the one that runs on the 30 range on the NASDAQ. We're risking 50 to make 200. Risking 50 ticks to make 200 ticks. So our potential loss is 250, and our potential gain is 1,000.
Order submitted.
Very close to getting into a short position on crude right now.
Order submitted.
What a beautiful trade on the haymaker. The chances are now I'm just about there. Hmm. Very surprised it didn't take that short. Let me check my strategy. CL signal A, June of 24. It could have been that pivot. I didn't have a clear pivot signal. I was trading straight into that area of support or resistance. So I'm pretty sure that's what prevented it from taking that trade. But that was the entry I was looking for. That short roll. With the consumer confidence report, reports create a tremendous amount of volatility, which really plays right into our hands on our signal A entries. YM and the Russell are in long positions. News in 1 minute. I thought the news was, let me see, 9:45. Oh, okay, you're talking about the Chicago PMI, yeah. Thank you, Michael. Now, also, Michael, what Sergio was showing me, if I have a strategy that's enabled, like in my forward test that I did on Market Replay, I could have right-clicked and selected strategy performance. And it would have popped up a strategy. It would have popped up the performance of each strategy. So that's today's trade so far on that crude oil. So any one of your strategies that are enabled, if you right-click on them and select strategy performance, you could do the real-time and historical, or just historical. Historical is that replay connection. Let me try this retirement plan on this short roll. And I love playing the ES. Let's see if I can get into one of these trades. So the one that I put on my Apex accounts, I put the 2-minute retirement plan. It looks like it's getting ready to make a little bit of a roll here. And I also took the ES, which is one of my favorites. And I'm still trying to get into the trade on crude oil. Now if it pops up to the upside on this 30 range, it would have, it would have been a great trade on crude. My thinking was good. I think that pivot just prevented it. It doesn't want to. The system won't trade directly into a pivot, and that's kind of what I was asking it to do here. Market wants to push up. The haymaker's back in long. Now it took this signal A because my 50 is green. This is my 50 here. I have the 50 signal condition checked off. So once the RSI line crossed for a long trade, that 50 must be green. If that 50 was sloped down and red, it would have never taken that entry. There is a little more risk associated with the entry because my 15 is sloped down and it's red. Let me just check my log here. Okay. Lee just answered my question. He said gold. Good news, Rao. I just got the report in from our from Lee Goldstein, who is an expert at trading the news. And he said for this report coming up at 10, that gold is a really good play. That's the consumer confidence report coming up at 10 a.m. He recommended trading gold.
Order submitted.
With the report coming up, a signal A with that 50 signal enabled, I think is a really good play. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. So if we put this on the apex, let's take that signal A on the 30 range and I'm going to make sure that our 50 signal is enabled, which it is, and it's on red-green. To be even more conservative, you could also do the 15 signal and have that on red and green. Now my 15 and my 50 have to both be in agreement. Momentum is clearly to the up or down side in order for it to take an entry. So let's give that a try. We'll put it on the NASDAQ. And I'm going to start it at 10:05. I'll give it 3 minutes. 10:03. Oh, seeing this crude trade really has got my stomach turning in knots. That signal A was, man, was that a beautiful short roll. Holy moly. All right, so 6 minutes. We got 6 minutes to the report. We're in a beautiful trade on crude oil on the signal B. It's just trending so nicely to the downside. Crude oil signal B, AI drone. Disappointed that I missed that myself.
Order submitted.
Good morning, Peter. You blew up the account? Well, listen, the good news is it's still 80% off. You got till 4 p.m. today. I know it stinks you have to start over, but you can do it.
Order submitted.
Man, this crude is just headed down, down, down. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's find our gold chart. Let's keep an eye on gold. In fact, what I'll do is, since Lee gave us that great bit of information, I'm going to put a gold signal A on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, we've got quite a few coals in the fire now. Things get a little riskier during a news report. I'm just playing an evaluation account and trying to use the report to my advantage. So now the way things are looking, obviously I'm looking for a bad report. I'm hoping for. So I'd get the short roll on these two NASDAQs. Gold would shoot up. And a perfect report.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
I think it did the opposite of what I wanted so far. Let's see what the actual news was. PMI fell to a 17-month low. And it doesn't really say what happened with the consumer confidence report yet.
Order submitted.
I'm going to set up a strategy on the signal B on crude oil, just in case this rolls again to the downside. So I'm going to load up the signal B AI drone. And switch it over to my Apex account. Crude oil seems to be the only strategy that's really doing very well today. It is early and there were some news reports, so let's see what happens now in this next hour. I'm going to make my 50 EMA visible. So right now it would really only take a long trade. It's not going to take a short position, even if it rolls. So the signal A on the signal A on crude oil right now. If we do get another big roll, I think it did come up high enough to get us in. Okay, I just got another position on on the gold. Let's bring that gold chart back. So I just took a position, a long position on gold. What do you think, Rao? Had that huge move down. Love to see it get some of that back right now. Nope, not going to happen on that trade. I think I'm going to disable my gold. I took 2 shots with it. Obviously those big down moves were the way to go. Going long gold today didn't make much sense. Another beautiful trade on crude. The signal B. I don't know why I'm having trouble getting into crude oil today. Oh, I am in one. I did get in, actually. I believe I have a 20-tick trailing stop. No, it's not trailing it. hear you. You're right, though. Gold's gonna make a. I think gold will bounce. I'm kind of liking this position on crude right now. Need a little help with a stiff breeze here out of the north, pushing down to the south.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
And there it goes. We're off. Well, we're in crude, NASDAQ 2-minute, and NASDAQ 30 range.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Might be the same trade on two different charts. Yeah, it's the same trade actually. Both showing on my NASDAQ chart, I think. Oh Lord. Okay, it started good. Could sure use this crude oil trade to roll to the downside now.
Order submitted. Order submitted. submitted. Order submitted.
Get through this little area of support, and we might find our way down. This is the trade I'm in right now. And gold's been making these huge legs down, and right now I'm hoping for one more. It's trying to break that area. Come on down.
Order submitted.
I'm not sure exactly what just happened. I think it touched one of my stops. For $160 profit. And now it's in the other one at minus $10. Still getting some decent volume on crude. Getting a little heat on this trade. Well, we kind of went for the gusto today, but let's see how this trade pans out. Came up and kissed my stop, didn't it? Yeah, gold took a huge drop down. And crude oil. Come on. Looks like it's forming a bottom. Maybe if I lift it up higher, it'll have an easier time coming down, huh? Consumers more pessimistic about the future business conditions, jobs, and income. Deteriorated for the third consecutive month. All right, we're back down to this area of support. If we could just push through here, we might be able to pull something off here. Doesn't want to seem to break through that level, does it? $81.10. Go ahead. You can do it. So it was a negative report on consumer confidence. Didn't really have much of a negative effect on the index equities from what I saw. Let's take a look again. Yeah. Ooh. That's not an easy trading environment. A lot of sideways action here. And the E-mini. It's minus 187. That big candle down and just a slow retracement back up. Very slow. Sideways almost. Now, these aren't the most favorable conditions really for trading today. But it is early. It is early. Market's only not even been open an hour yet. I'm going to stick with my signal A on gold on the E-mini as well. That's one of my favorite strategies. You see I play it a lot, is the ES signal A. You know, you would think with consumer confidence is pessimistic, and the earlier report, the Chicago PMI,
Order submitted.
is at a 17-month low. So whatever we think the market will do, we do opposite, and we'll do all right. That's the way it seems, doesn't it? Well, that's the nice thing about this automated system. It just triggers on the technicals. All of the opinions and biases and talking heads and all of that is left to the wayside, and the system just fires away when everything lines up. Either way. We got into the short trade on the ES. Let's see if the Apex took it. Yep. Just give me a little breathing room here. I'm going to give myself a little breathing room. All right, so we're back in the game here with the E-mini and crude oil.
Order submitted.
We're still hanging in here. Let's see what David Wise says about the SPY. It's trying to help me here. I don't want to squeeze the thing to death either. David always tells me, do not look at the P&L. Just look at the technicals. I show you the running commentary. I asked him, how does the SPY look? Let's see what he has to say. We got his answer coming. He's typing away. Crude's trying to break. Come on, Crude. Flat as a pancake. David said it's flat as a pancake. Not likely to do much till after the Fed tomorrow. The SPY is still below the 50 SMA, and it's not going anywhere. Said it's not going to go anywhere. Well, we're quietly mounting a little bit of a comeback here. You can see crude is turning about 100. My contracts per minute is right here on the bottom. I'm going to tighten up on this thing a little bit. I'm down $550 in my account, so I want to. Obviously, I want to get back some of that money that I've lost. At the same time, I'd like to think I'd love the ES to continue to the downside. Go ahead down. So tomorrow is the Fed report. Go ahead, crude. Do your thing. There you go. Wow, good volume on crude. Look at that. 1,200, 1,300 contracts a minute right now. Very nice. Nice volume. I'm going to show my 15 EMA. I thought I'd be trailing it by 20 ticks, but I don't see it moving. Modified fast visible. So I think I mistakenly forgot to put the trailer on here. So I'm going to attach it to my 15, excuse me. My modified fast. The ES is coming dangerously close. Oh, look what crude oil did to me. Come on. Don't do that now. I had such high hopes. Okay, it hit our stop on that one. And last trade of the day for me. Let me disable that strategy. All right, wound up down about $230 in a pretty rough trading environment. Made a little bit of a comeback there at the end, but I did have the potential to have another great day. It's just a tough day trading. I'll show you my trade performance on the Apex account. We took trades on. Let's uncheck all of these. On gold, we went 0 for 2. Those hurt. The gold trades hurt us. I think they were both long positions. They were in a market that was headed straight to the downside. I was probably one of the only people to take a long trade on gold. So I want to congratulate myself on that. But today, I think it was safe to say that you probably should have gone short. So those were two mistakes. And let's take a look at the ES. The ES, we pulled out about $87.50. At one time, I think we were up 300, and it went back against us. And then we had a couple of opportunities on crude oil. Crude oil was, looked like the strategy to go to today. And the pivot kept us out of a few trades. We got into a couple of nice trades, and we wound up $230, both in short positions. I think we had two or three trades there. Yeah, two trades, both short. So altogether, not too bad of a loss today. Keeping gold out of the mix, the NQ and gold. So everything combined, I'm down $237. I'll live to fight another day. Kind of kicking myself for those long trades on gold. But that's how we ended up. The strategies themselves had a tough day with the exception of crude oil. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. And God willing, we'll see you here tomorrow. Have a blessed